Good morning.
Good morning.
Ooh!
I'm going to try and speak up.
So for everyone out there already saying, why won't y'all please cut all these tags off? Stick around. We're cutting all this off.
Yeah.
The tags will not stay.
We're cutting the whole deck off.
Yes. We are done. If you guys saw the video on the Crockers, it just leaked. This old piece of tan can leaked.
We're done with it.
Actually, we are very happy with the way it held up. I did a quick bead of silicone on the bottom, and I got stuff that dried really fast because I thought it was going to rain. We got some rain, but not crazy amount, but it's not over. It still has a chance of rain, so we will go back later, and on the outside for sure, put a good bead of some really good high quality stuff, and then on the inside we'll do it again, and then once we build our floor up and spray foam and everything, we're gonna be good. We also appreciate the Ben King coming back out. If that does not say how good of a company that is.
I mean, truly.
He didn't have to come back. He could have been like, hey, this is just how it goes. The bin had a hole in it. That's the one that you got. When you cut a hole for your door, use that. You know, he could have done any of that.
Yeah.
And they came out and fixed it up for us and got it taken care of real quick. And then they're on their way to Texas. And so they're staying busy for sure. And then we've looked up a few grain silo, grain bin Airbnbs around here, and we're going to try to hopefully go stay at one so we could see.
I'm going to say, before we officially commit to a floor plan, want to go be in one. To like, I'm a very visual, I have to be like in it type, like I can only imagine so much. Oh, yeah. They were.
Ooh.
These dogs.
Come on.
Come on, Mo.
We want to do the best we can on this, and that's why we're taking our time and really trying to plan this out. And again, we'll say this over and over. Thank you to all you guys that have literally taken the time out of your day to draw up floor plans, find videos when you're looking, send it to us, Pinterest, screenshots. It means a lot that you take the time out of your day to do that for us.
And you like think about us.
Yeah.
Lucy.
Get down. That's why we're up here. So you can't be messing with us. But we appreciate that. But one of the things for me, and I think this is the main thing for me, is I want to see the stairs. I want to see how much room it takes up. How close is it to the door? When you walk in and there's stairs, does it look weird in person? We've seen videos, it looks fine. We've seen photos, it looks fine.
Yeah. Because that's kind of like our biggest obstacle right now, really. I feel like before completely committing is these stairs. Boys.
Yeah, the stairs. And then also, you know, we are building a loft, so we'll have a second story. I've even threw out the idea of having the stairs come up the middle, you know, against the wall, but through the middle. And when you come up, you can go one way to like the bedroom part of it, the other way to like a bathroom and closet, or you know, anything. There's different, literally so many different scenarios.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of also not having corners. You literally are not going to corner yourself in a certain spot, but it also is the downside of it because there are no corners. So whenever you put a long, flat, straight surface in there, like a couch or something, it doesn't fit against the wall. You can't really put it against one wall, TV over here, and then you've got all this space. You put a couch like this on a round surface, what are you doing with this? So you really got to figure it out and you know, think about it.
So I think going to some and really like being in it will really help.
Yes. And then also, this is what's weird to us. Normally when we build, or even with the shed house, there's a door. There is technically a door on the side, but not a real door. So we have to cut a hole in this. So we have to know 100% where our door is going right off in the very beginning to even get in and start building, because we are not about to take all that lumber, everything through that little door on the side.
No way. So the first thing will be cutting the door, and then also we want a door big enough for moving things in and out with ease.
And then on top of that, when you have a big hole, you got to put a door in there really fast, and you need a porch so water's not getting in and leaking. So there's a lot we have to do, and some people were saying, well, I guess asking, how come you didn't move the bin backwards and have more porch space? We wanted it right in the center because we knew we were going to build around, and then also, we may have talked about this or just in person, I don't know. The jacks that they had, if the deck was real small and on the end, the last time they cranked it, it went to the very end.
Yeah.
So they would have had to do even more stuff to get the jacks to work. Hey, Bandit, get over here. And all that. So we had it where we can personally now walk around the whole thing. Whenever we build, we have a porch, a deck around the whole thing. We put ladders on, whatever, and then we're going to expand.
Yeah,
so
we need to build out with the stairs.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah.
And then, again, like, are we doing a full covering over where that will come out?
Or
even
just
more?
a little canopy.
So
one thing, I love me a good front porch. I love me even more a back porch. But on this, you do need it to where the rain isn't going to be hitting your door and leaking and all that. You want to have it covered good. But you don't want to go too big because it almost takes away from the look of it, and then also the entrance of it. You don't want to take away from that because we're also going to have stuff on the side, and you don't want too much stuff sticking off and doing, you know. So it's a hard decision.
Yeah.
Rufio! Man, these dogs are just
today,
roaming today.
What is the deal?
I don't know.
But, yeah, be very easily get to be like too much, too cluttery.
Yes.
So
and
simple, clean.
that's what we're trying to accomplish here is keep everything nice and clean and good looking. And then also, again, because normally there's already a door, there's stuff going on, we're not worried about, okay, well, let's go ahead and make sure we have a front porch built and all that. That was one of the last things we were going to do in the last tiny house was the front porch and stuff. We kind of need that now because, one, it's going to be stairs coming up, and then also blocking, we got to cut a hole. So, I don't know, it's one of those that it's just, where do you start? That's the hard thing of doing something that's way different than normal.
There's really not a lot of examples to kind of build off of and stuff like that too.
And then, how do you do flashing? It's got to be rounded, but also coming out. So we're going to have to like customize everything on this build. And I don't know exactly what, but I do know when we picked up lumber from a place that's like 30 minutes from here, they said the guy that just left built one, and he was getting custom pieces made there. So technically we might be able to go over there. Rufio! Rufio's just being a turd today.
Every day.
Today, big time right now, Roman. But we don't know if we're going to have to customize stuff, which that takes time because it's literally a one-of-a-kind, specifically for this this build.
Custom.
What?
Also known as custom.
Yeah, customize. So it's going to have to be, it's going to take time, and we're okay with that. We don't have a deadline that's like, by next Christmas we got to be having Christmas inside there. It's got to be 100% finished. I hope it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be nice.
Yeah.
But again, we're not going to.
We're going to do it right. We're not going to rush it. And
Exactly.
I think the last tiny house we tried to not rush, but we got ahead of ourselves with stuff. And as far as YouTube went and just everything, we're just going a whole different approach this time. And to me, it feels a lot better. It's a lot less stress. And I was actually talking to Danielle this morning. We were drinking coffee and stuff. And I said, I want to push and work as much as we can, get this stuff done, do as much as we can, stay busy on it and all that. But I don't feel stressed. I was stressed when getting this deck finished because we had a hard-pressed deadline.
Yeah, that was, we hadn't felt stressed like that in a while.
Yeah, I was very stressed, but we got it done.
And
sometimes we need that pressure. But the thing that sucks too is you can hear cows mooing in the back. That's not ours. we need Lambo here. So as
We
much
need
as
our baby.
yeah, as much as we want to already start cutting holes and doing stuff here, we also have to build fencing, doing all that stuff. And I'm sure some people are like, well, why don't you just hire it out? It's a lot of money to hire out fencing.
Trust me, if there's anything I wish we could hire out, it would be fencing. It is my all-time least favorite thing.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately with like farming, ranching, whatever,
That's all it is.
That's all you do.
Over and over.
Yeah.
We were watching Juno's video, and they were building a little spot for their little lamb. And it wasn't anything wild or anything like that. It was just a cattle panel with some spots taken out and bent in the corner so they have, spot for her to stay warm outside and all this.
Yeah.
But I told Dan, I said, it's always something. It does not matter. If you are farming, ranching, homesteading, whatever, anything with a bunch of animals, you are constantly, it never freaking stops. Never stops.
Yeah.
So.
We don't even have one of our animals here.
Yeah. So we're trying to get it to where we can get the fencing, get Lambo here, work on this.
And another thing is to buy him a
girl.
woman.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we're dealing with the goat babies. We knew they were pregnant. There was no surprise. It was just a little bit of surprise to me. It was this early.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be a little bit further along. We didn't know 100% exactly when they got pregnant. We found out real quick, and which, I saw the warning signs. That's why we threw the straw in the first pen. And then we decided to build the new one, take some time out of doing this. It was going to rain, get cold. The last thing you want is for your babies to be wet. And then also, if it's raining for multiple days in a row, they're all going to try to stay in the shelter, the pigs and birds and goats. And we wanted them to have their own space. And then also the boy goat would be trying to impregnate the girl goats already. So
give them a little bit of time.
Yeah, and I'm very happy with doing that. Very happy with the way it turned out.
Definitely.
The pen itself is temporary, but it's a temporary that's easy to remove and do whatever. But also,
that structure will be used forever.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect for, again, the goats if we need to do the pigs in there. Like,
everything but the cow.
Yeah.
At this point in our spot here, animals we got. But it worked out great, and then it is temporary, but it is good enough to stay there for a good while until we get a barn and everything situated and figure out the different pens and all that. So it's also a dilemma. We may have talked about this before. We can get a prefab barn built. You can go to these companies and they'll come out with the square piping and all that, the tubing.
Kind of like how you and Jared had in
Texas. Yeah, but Daryl's in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be as strong as if we built it ourselves and did it out of big 6x6 wood beams, or we got it welded up, or
Yeah.
So it's that dilemma: do we pay less money and get it done faster, but not as good of a product, or same money, maybe a little bit more money?
It'd probably be, it's more money if we got it built out here, right?
Technically, we can get a.
If we did it, it would be cheaper.
I guess in my head, I'm thinking.
But time.
Well, you can get a bigger structure prefab, a smaller structure prefab for the same price as if we built a bigger structure. We do it ourselves. We're not paying ourselves with our time, or with money. But it's one of those payoffs. We can have a barn here in a week, and it'll cost a lot of money, but it won't be exactly what we want. Or we wait a little bit longer. We save money to build a bigger barn, and we do it ourselves. Plus, we live in the world of YouTube. I think you guys would rather watch us build a barn than have someone else come out and build it in 2 seconds and be done. So it's one of those dilemmas where it's like, all right, what do we do? What's the best option?
And you learned from your last barn build.
Oh, I think I can build it pretty quick this time.
Yeah, and you won't be doing it by yourself.
I will not be doing it by myself. That will 100% be a team effort on that one. Whether it's Danielle and I, or have some friends come over and help.
A little barn racing party.
Yeah, but I do feel very confident that we could build it fairly quickly. And we would draw it up in a way that it could be built easily and in sections that's easily to manage and stuff like that. So I learned a lot, and then helping Paragon build theirs, building that little structure for the goat, any structure like that, building this deck, I learned a lot. None of it is ever 100% perfect, but this is one thing that I think a lot of people can agree with, and I've learned this over the years. I would rather save money and build it myself and have some little stuff mess up than pay a company a lot of money to build it and mess it up.
Yeah.
It always happens. Always. Just because they're professional or a business does not mean they're going to build it 100% perfect. I couldn't tell you how many times I've paid for something and I could have done it better myself. And then I have to spend more of my own money and time to fix it, to make it better. So I would rather spend my own money and my own time and know that I messed it up, and I'd have to pay someone else to mess it up.
But again, it's like the time thing. They can come put it together and boom, it's there.
Yeah.
Us, it's going to take us a minute to do.
But we'll spend that extra time to do it the way we want it.
Yeah. So
it's
pros
a tough
and cons.
Thing. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to ask for y'all's help. I feel like the loyal stay to the very end. What do we do with this? Do we start building out the front deck and stairs, overhang, get the door, all of that? Is that the first thing we do, or do we just go ahead and cut a hole in the front here, and then we just try to like tarp it up, try to, you know what I mean? What do we do? What do y'all think the best option to start on this? Because we have to build a floor on the inside, and we can't just have a hole and then our floor on the inside is getting messed up. So we would need to enclose it somehow. So do we start with building a whole porch and stairs first and then cut the hole, do all that? What would you guys recommend? And then also, do y'all think we should pay for someone to come out and do a barn? Or wait a little bit and we do it ourselves and we save money and we build it the way we want? You guys know we have baby goats and other animals. We need to take care of that. We need fencing so we can get Lambo here. This is literally our real life situation. We have to think about this all the time.
You jump around projects too much.
We got a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And it's not just us. It's a lot. Anyone who has animals is constantly having to do it. And this is something I think the Junos said that kind of made it, okay, I understand. They started the same way. They started on their property, all wooded. They cleared it out. They had a camper. They did all that. They built. They started getting animals before they had all their fencing. And it's just one of those.
It makes you feel a little bit better.
They're like, it's just how it works. It's just how it works. And people could say stuff all day, and it doesn't, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're living our life the way we're living it and doing it. But the majority of people who say things like that have never lived this lifestyle. But all you guys that have lived this lifestyle, you know the struggle. You know this is an everyday thing of constantly jumping from project to project. And
while you're trying to get yourself situated.
Yes.
And just everything.
I literally told Danielle when the goats were having babies, we were working on the pen, I said, I wish we already had a perfectly livable structure here, because then we could put all our money and time and effort into a barn and super nice fencing and corrals, and that's where all of our effort's going. But that's not the life we live.
Yeah.
And then also,
that's all right.
And it is, and it's perfectly fine, and we chose this. We're 100% not complaining.
Yeah.
Because also, we have to customize our house and build our house and do stuff to find what we wanted. If we found property with the house already on it and stuff, it would the amount of money we'd have to pay would have been to skyrocket. And then who knows if the house would need work or whatever. You just never know. And this way, we came from a clean slate. There was nothing here, and everything we do has a purpose and a meaning to it. And it's just, it changed a little bit when we found our property lines, but everything we did, we've planned out as much as we possibly could. And I already feel so much better about this property than Shoot Dang Ranch.
Yeah, it wasn't on camera, and I don't even know if we talked about it the first time when Mom pulled up. First thing she said, she hopped out. She says, "Whoa, you already have done, or it looks like you've done more here, already than you did at like Shoot Dang Ranch."
And she went out there a couple of times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool having people come up. that watch the videos and only have seen it in the videos and come out and see it. So it's I don't know, it's pretty cool having that perspective of it, I guess. And then it does feel good to be like, sometimes you're just like, oh, and then it's like, man, you've done a lot. And it's like, you know what? We actually have. We're not doing crazy amount. We haven't done, there's people out there that can do a lot more than we can.
Yeah.
But for what we're doing, we feel good with it. And I don't know. I just, it feels awesome. And this how I know it's a little different too this year. Christmas is literally right around the corner, and your family does a bunch of stuff and does different things multiple days, and I'm not stressing as much. We're gonna do what we can and then go hang out and have fun and spend time. And you guys know we love hanging out with our niece and nephew and doing stuff like that, and we try to FaceTime and show them the goats and all that. And so to be able to...
Yesterday, I'm interrupting your story.
Go ahead.
I know, I always interrupt him, but yesterday I was...
See what I just said?
Oh,
I always interrupt you.
It goes both ways. I FaceTimed Olivia with the goats and everything, and she only looked at them for like a couple minutes. She goes, where's Jason? It's like, he's up working. And then she goes, can I see him?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I guess. So
can I say I'm the favorite?
Yeah.
But I don't know, it feels good to know that it's Christmas, and we're not big on gifts. We don't do a bunch of crazy stuff. We actually just opened the gifts from last year.
Yeah.
That's a true story. And so it feels good to know that like this is our gift to one another, is working hard and doing stuff. And I guess another thing too, I didn't really say anything in the video. I didn't like point it out, but there was multiple times where we'd be doing something and there was all these leaves and sticks. It wasn't just leaves, but it was a bunch of sticks and stuff stuck in the shelter down there. And it showed Danielle trying to get them out, and it was like a little stuck. And then so I jumped in and I got them out and stuff, and then we moved the shelter over. We did different things, and there are people out there that say, Danielle doesn't do anything. There's just certain things that I say, like, okay, this is a one-man job. I'm going to do this. And even if she is just passing screws or whatever, it helps a lot rather than having to get screws or do stuff.
Hanging screws, holding boards.
Yeah. But it is one of those things where, like you guys saw in the video, if you paid attention and saw, she tried it first. And then I said, you know what, let me get it. She could have done it. It just would have taken a little bit longer. But she gets in there and she does the work. And I don't know.
Is that why you put that in? I thought you put that in there to roast me a little bit.
I'm making up for that right now, okay? No, it is one of those things where it's like, it does, it's all perspective, how someone wants to perceive things. But if you guys watch and pay attention, you'll see Danielle do something, and then I'll jump in and do it. Or there's certain things that I'm doing by myself, or she may just be handing screws. She'll ask, she's like, what can I do to make it easier? It'd be, if you can go grab those screws and bring them back. You don't see the gopher, the side of it going and grabbing materials, or there was stuff that we had to cut out. They're having babies. You're going over checking on the babies as putting in zip ties or doing, you know what I mean? I don't know in the moment where we're doing. I think I was pounding in T-post. But there's things like that people don't see. So whether it's on our channel or someone else's channel or whatever, it shouldn't be a competition between each other who does more work or who does what.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a competition between channels.
I think ELE. Everybody love everyone.
Yeah, I think people do this maybe without even thinking, being like, oh, so-and-so did this, or they're ahead of you on this. It's fine. No one's competing unless they're out there purposely competing, but we're not. Everyone does things at their own pace. Everyone does what they can. And the way I see it is, I would rather Danielle hand me screws than be that significant other that's like, I'm not helping. This isn't my job. I'm not going to do that. Like, you go work. You're the man. You go do this. I'm going to go sit inside. I'm going to do whatever. If I'm outside, you're outside. If whatever we're doing, we literally do it together. And even if it's like, oh, we got to go pick up some materials, we go run to the store together. We do stuff. And I don't know. For me personally, I can just say this. We fight all the time, but we do have our moments, and I think everyone does. It's in a relationship.
It's a relationship.
But to have a relationship where we do get along enough to spend all this time together and do stuff, and we still want to get married and still want to be together and all that, what you see in the videos is what you get.
Yeah.
And it's just like us in real life. So I think some people out there don't put that out there, and it's not honest and stuff, but to each their own. And I'm not saying anyone specific. It's just more of, we've been there in life where on YouTube where we don't want to try to show everything or whatever, but we just want to show the truth and you know, the reality of what we're doing. And some days it's the reality of how much money did we have to spend to do this. Some days, holy cow, it's raining, we can't build, we got to go take care of the animals. Or I don't know if it was on video or not, we just did a full oil change and doing stuff on the tractor and all of that.
Tractor maintenance.
And I truly don't remember if we filmed it or not. Doing that, we did some other stuff. I don't remember what we did. We filmed multiple things. I think it was on Crocker Life or something. I don't know, but it was just like our daily, like, this is just what we have to do. And I may even be just thinking we filmed it and we didn't film it. I don't know. But we're hoping that we show you guys the reality. So if you want to do it, you kind of know the struggles, you know the cost of it, you know there's going to be multiple projects, there's going to be stuff going on with your animals, there's going to be this and that. A lot of people watch, or at least start watching, for the fact of you searched looking for this and you wanted to do it. And that's how I got into it, was searching homesteading and tiny house and doing all that stuff.
It's very much like portrayed like this
glorious,
this light, like this, oh,
rainbows and butterflies.
Yes, all the time.
And it's 100% not that.
No.
And I was duped. I learned that a lot of stuff that I used to watch about the homesteading stuff and all that was 100% false. I was lucky enough to go witness it in person, to be like, whoa, you did not say you did this. And you're over here, you're saying your animals did this to your land, and you're over here showing machines, or there's machines that you're not showing. I saw people build houses that made it look super easy, never showed any struggles, and I was like, I could do this. And I'm like, holy cow, this is hard, you know. So we're hoping to show you guys the real true side of this. And I really don't care what we did in the past. I really don't care about any of that. Some people will say, you faked it, you did this, you lied, you did whatever. I don't really care. On this property, we're 100% showing you guys everything that is as real as possible. And we hope that it inspires you guys. If you're going through something, or it's hard for you to do something, everybody's going through it.
Yeah, it does help knowing, like, when other people do it, it's not just you struggling, basically.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So
anyway, you've been talking for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully it's what you guys are getting out of this is just, it's us, it's real, it's the reality of everything, and then hopefully some entertainment in there, hopefully some cool, you like the goats and the dogs and all of that, and
speaking of, we need to get roof.
So I don't know. The weather feels good. This is actually mid-morning ish right now.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the weather's going to do or anything. I'm not sure. We're going to try to put a video out before Christmas, but if for some reason we don't, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and hopefully you guys have an awesome New Year's.
Yeah.
But I think we'll try to put videos out before then.
We will.
Just in case. So, we're going to go round these dogs up. There ain't no telling where they're all at.
Right.
We're going to go check on the baby goats. We're going to do some more stuff on this. We're going to plan out more stuff on this. We're going to get more fencing. We're going to go hang out with family and hopefully get some awesome Christmas presents. Probably not. I'm not saying whoever got us something wasn't good.
Yes,
we just don't really get presents, is what I'm getting at.
Because that's not what it's about.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's about getting Christmas cards with money in it.
He's just kidding.
I'm just kidding, guys. I know the reason for the season. All right, guys. Bye.